Christmas time is still here, and while we are celebrating the holidays, we are talking about things that we grew up with. Today, we are going to be talking about the Snuggie. The Snuggie was presented as a present, and I'm sure 10 years ago, if you were alive, you got a Snuggie for Christmas instead of a toy. And really, the Snuggie is just a less comfortable robe. It's pretty lame overall, but I remember Snuggies being hyped back in the day. I got the OG Snuggie, the ugly blue one. It has tags on its sleeves, which makes it uncomfortable to game, which is a really major annoyance, especially when you have the OG Xbox controller or some type of ugly controller to deal with. I remember my Snuggie being way too big, but apparently all of them are way too big because they're supposed to be blankets. It was really annoying to move around in. I know you weren't supposed to move around them, but it was annoying. There were tons of Snuggie variations, different patterns, different types. There were Snuggie socks, Snuggie gloves. There was a ton of different Snuggie things. They once dominated the entire market space, but now they're just kind of resorting to being anywhere that will accept them. You used to see commercials all the time for Snuggies, annoying you to get one, but now it's just not as big of a push. They're a household brand. They don't really need you to know they exist for you to buy one. I remember there were so many knockoff Snuggies, so many goofy, gimmicky Snuggies, but now I just see the standard Snuggie every now and again. Snuggie's kind of a dead, irrelevant brand. They exist just like any old regular blanket. But how do you feel about Snuggies?
Honestly, I feel like Snuggies were too hyped up. Because I remember seeing them a lot, especially during Christmas in commercials, and I remember them looking really warm and cozy. But when I got one, it was basically just wearing a robe in reverse, and it really wasn't all that comfy. I was more comfortable just in really thick, warm pajamas or a hoodie, curled up in my blanket, playing whatever game or doing whatever thing I was doing. I think they were overhyped and pushed way more than they should have been, which I guess good marketing, but I think I would have preferred having like a toy or something for Christmas because it wasn't that cool. I think I had a purple one, and I think that was when they were making the kid-size ones at that point, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. It could have been an adult-sized one, but they made it look so much nicer in the commercials, and then you finally get it. It's just kind of like a thin blanket. It wasn't nearly as good as they made it seem, which was really a letdown.
Yeah, I would say unlike with the Fushigi, Snuggie isn't really a scam. It's just a blanket. It's just a really overhyped, overpriced blanket. And hoodies, sweatshirts, underwear, like literally everything is better than the Snuggie. So, like, Snuggies were irrelevant from the second that they were made. They were just really overhyped and ingrained themselves in the 2010s. But it's still fond memories that we look back on for Christmas time.